We begin in the United States. The Supreme Court has for the first time recognized that presidents, including Donald Trump, have immunity from prosecution for certain actions while holding office. The top court's conservative majority, which Donald Trump helped create, ruled 6-3 to protect presidents for their official actions. The ruling marks the first time in history where the Supreme Court declared that former presidents would be shielded from criminal charges. However, the court added that presidents could face charges for unofficial or personal misconduct. Now, Donald Trump is accused of overseeing an effort to subvert his 2020 election loss to Joe Biden, which includes claims of election fraud, obstructing the certification of election results, and conspiring to defraud the government. The latest Supreme Court decision boosts the ex-president's defense against federal charges and could also affect the state-level election interference charges brought in Georgia. The Supreme Court justices have determined that Donald Trump's interactions with then Vice President Mike Pence will remain immune since the president discussing responsibilities with the vice president are considered official conduct. On the matter of Donald Trump's remarks on January 6, 2021, conservative justices said that those two were protected since presidential addresses were an integral part of the office. Now, the most damaging part of the ruling is the prohibition of using any conduct determined official as evidence in court. This historic decision by the highest court in the land has given the already convicted felon a major political and legal lifeline as he was staring down still multiple federal and state criminal proceedings. Meanwhile, several Democrats, including President Joe Biden, decried the Supreme Court ruling.
No one is above the law, not even the President of the United States. With today's Supreme Court decision on presidential immunity, that fundamentally changed. For all practical purposes, today's decision almost certainly means that there are virtually no limits on what a president can do. This is a fundamentally new principle, and it's a dangerous precedent because the power of the office will no longer be constrained by the law, even including the Supreme Court of the United States. The only limits will be self-imposed by the president alone.
Meanwhile, Donald Trump called the Supreme Court ruling a big win for America's democracy. The Supreme Court ruling means that the federal election subversion case goes back to a lower court, which will likely push the proceedings past the presidential election in November.
On the show today, the T20 World Cup bandwagon has moved across to the West Indies. What can we expect